Hello, world builders. Hello, Fire Dub Squad. Hello, Fire Dub community. Welcome again to another Fire Dub show. This is where we meet every Thursday. We meet here. We talk about how to improve our finances. We talk about how we retire early. We talk about living life on our own terms. So I'm super excited and I'm giving all the glory to God for giving us another opportunity to see this day. It's not by our power, not by our might. God has spared our life to see another day on the land of the living. So we give back all the glory to Him. So today, I'm super excited. I know some of us you've been joining us, you've been around. Thank you so much for always coming back. This really gladdens my heart. Everywhere you are joining us I want to say good morning, good afternoon, good evening. I welcome you to the Fired Up Show. This place, as I said, this is where we have driven professionals. We are not chasing after money. We are not chasing after the next, shiny things. We are designing here. This is like our own lab where we design the future that we want. We design our financial independence. We design our legacy. We design our fire, which is the accelerated financial independence. All right. So my name is Omolola Oyewumi, fondly called Lola Wealth, and I am the Fired Up Queen. I'm the founder of the Fired Up movement, and this is where we, have all of that conversation. We want to enter into our own freedom. We want to retire on our own terms. We do not want to wait until 65 before we start to live. So here we are living. So that's the conversation today. So the topic I have today is very interesting, very, very interesting. And truth, most high earners, they are never told, earning more money does not mean like automatically move you closer to your financial freedom. And when we are talking about high earners and the wealth builders, and those are the conversation we'll be having today. So I want you to know that many of the people that are paying the most in taxes, and I will be sharing about that taxes issue today because guess what, we are in that tax season, at least here in North America, here in US. Once it's January, you start to the IRS is going to open it up to taxes from March, then till April. I don't know the exact date, maybe it's February or March, but we'll start to put all our papers together to do what? To file taxes. And because this is really related to my own space, which is a Fired Up, the financial independent and early retirement, the truth is a lot of people don't need even more money. What you already have, you are not stewarding it well. You are not managing it well. So that is why it's entering into me, and we have to have that conversation a lot so that while you're preparing for, as you are putting all of your papers together, while you're preparing for your taxes, guess what? You have to think into the future and say, okay, how am I not going to be paying a lot next year, right? So because filing taxes right now is you are filing the past. Your CPA is helping you file the past. But right from January now, you begin to think, what must I put in place? What structure must I put in place so that I'm not going to be giving and now I'll be adding additional layer of years to my retirement? Because the goal here is we are retiring earlier, decades than the norm. We are not going to wait for the traditional 65 before we start to live our life. So a lot of people, they pay more in taxes. High earners, they pay more in taxes. They are a lot of you professionals doing two jobs, they are earning well, but they are doing something wrong. They are doing something wrong, and it's because either we don't have time to really look into that, or put the proper structure in place. Or some of us are trying to okay, let me try and do this thing myself, instead of you to invest. And then you can get a very knowledgeable, savvy CPA that can help you save more money. So if you are a professional who earns well, you are working hard, and you are putting things in place, and if you still feel like your money is leaking somewhere, you are trying to pull everything together and it's not, just coming up, not just, adding up. This conversation is for you. This is a place where you should be. We should be having this conversation. We are talking about why high earners pay too much, why the wealthy people, the wealth builders, why they keep more, and why and how the financial independence and early retirement becomes possible when you stop reacting, but you start designing. It's more around the design. It's more around the structure and the system you put in place. And that is why you can keep more. That is why the wealthy people can keep more. That is why the wealth builders can keep more. Do you see? I'm going to be busting out some myth, because there's some there are some professionals that think, let me bring up my note here. Most professionals believe that taxes are unavoidable, or they will say, oh, I will deal with that later. They are putting it aside. Those are some of the myths that, oh, I have to bust today. That you don't have to wait. You can start to put a structure together. Or some people say, oh, only the rich people have tax strategy. No. Taxes are not the year-end event. They are design decision. You want to design that structure, have that structure designed so that you are not waiting till the end of the year before you start to put more money into your pocket with your taxes. All right. Okay, so one thing that I want us to focus on here is for you to have the FIRE mindset. Have the FIRE mindset, the financial independence and early retirement. And it's possible. It's very possible. But what will make it hard for you is if IRS is your biggest expense. Do you know some people how much they pay back to the government? Do you see? If your biggest expense is the IRS money, the money, the taxes you're paying back, early retirement is going to be a bit difficult. One of the fastest way for you to accelerate that FIRE journey is not the fastest way for you to accelerate the financial journey, the financial, the FIRE journey is when you are intentional about the tax strategy. And we're going to be getting into it. I'm going to be clarifying some things. And for people who are in North America or US, when I mentioned something around W-2, for other people, because we have a global audience, and I want you to be relatable so that you know that, oh, when I mention W-2, that means it's a employer-employee relationship kind of work, such that when you get salary every month, every 2 weeks, that document you get, and for you to be able to pay back in taxes, that is what W-2 is. Your 1099 is your other contracting job that you did for you to be able to report, and then for you to be able to pay the taxes. That is the 1099. And then the structure when it comes to entities, that is your LLC, your S Corp, your C Corp. That is you legalizing your business, and then you still have to report as well. So I'm going to be using those words in here and there, but I just want to clarify that so that you know. But you can relate that with wherever you are in the world, so that you know. But right now, currently where you are you a W-2? And this is, for people who are in US as well. I really want you to answer this question. I want you to drop it in the chat. Yes, drop it in the chat. For people who are joining us, thank you so much for joining us around the world. Thank you. Put where you're joining us from. That's going to be good. Let's see where you're joining us from. Yes, so I just want you to put that, answer that question. Are you a W-2 only? Are you a 1099? Do you work for as a contractor? Do you get paid based on, based on contracts for you to earn, to have that 1099? Are you both? Do you have structure? Do you have your entities, right? Are you earning from, either your services or through retailing and all of that? So what are you? What are you? I want you to put it into chat, and I will be and I know my team member here is looking at the chat as well, monitoring the chat, and we'll be able to, see your engagement as much as possible. All right. Yes. I want to clarify it, when you earn W-2, when you have your W-2, is less flexible, such that you don't get to, you don't get to have so much that you have to deduct, in terms of having the deduction, in terms of saving more on your taxes, because it's W-2. Once it's reported, maybe if you have a child, there is, maybe you have a withholding and all of that, but it's less flexible when it comes to, you having more of your money that you are keeping, rather than giving it back to the government. So W-2 is less flexible. 1099 and the business income is is more strategically flexible, right? So what I want you to take out of conversation today, one of the things I want you to take out, you having LLC or S corp, or having this legal structure in your business, does not automatically means that that's the tax strategy for you. No. An LLC without a strategy is just a paperwork. It's not a protection. So you have to know that. You have to know that you just having your legal entity doesn't automatically say, oh, you are saving more in taxes. No, you have to be strategic about it. You have to be strategic about it. So let's go to something. But I want to share 4 to 5 tips around why most professionals miss the opportunity. What are some of the things that you can start to look into as a professional, as a business owner, as an entrepreneur, right? There are some mistakes that you want to, right from this conversation today, you want to be intentional about it. You want to take note of it. What are they? The first one is called commingling, and I like to use the word commingling. Commingling. You want to stop commingling. These are the mistakes that you make, that I made even earlier on in the years in my business. I use and I'm still go into it deep dive, but I use my personal card. I use it for business. I use my business for personal, for grocery. Using all of that. That is commingling. Guess what? During the tax season, it's going to be a lot of work for you to be able to separate those expenses. So right now, this is the best time for you to, separate your personal expenses, your personal income from your business. Do you see? So think about it right now. If you have your side gig and you've not registered that side gig, you've not put it into maybe sole proprietorship or LLC, right? You can have maybe just one card, that is personal, and just be using it such that by the time that business grows, you can now move those expenses, and then move it into your business. But right now, you want to separate everything when it comes to your income, when you come to your personal finances, right? You want to separate it. Have a separate credit card for your business. Have a separate debit card for your business. Do you see? Have a structure that will help you in terms of tracking, and I'm having all of that. In fact, what I used to use before I started to use QuickBooks and the bookkeepers is I just download the statement, and with that, you have your, profit and loss, because you'll be able to see these are your expenses and this is the income that is coming in. So it's really going to help you. Just, do you see? Until now, you start to get into, a bigger corporation. You are having Excel, having to hire a bookkeeper or have a QuickBooks to help you in terms of organizing all of those things. So you want to separate your personal cash flow, your personal cash flow from your business cash flow. So that is number one thing that you want to start to do. Trust me, it can be daunting. Trust me, it can be, it can be demanding as well. But you want to do that, because those things that are boring, that are demanded, these are the things that put more money into your pockets. Don't forget. So if you really want to put more, if you really want to keep, if you really want to do like how the world do, have that mindset so that you put the proper structure in place. You are separating your personal finances from your business finances. All right. That's the first thing. The second thing that I want to talk about, and then is a mistake that a lot of professionals make, is waiting under the tax filing season. So if you are a W-2, yes, that might be okay. But if you start to, think about the FIRE that we talk about, the financial independent and early retirement, and you are having your second stream of income, your third stream of income, you are putting entities together. Trust me, guess what? Your entity is not being filed once in a year. It's being filed every quarter. So you have to start to get in that zone that, every month you're looking into your P&L, your profit and loss. You're looking into your, even if you're not making much profit in the beginning, but once you have that structure set up, it's going to help you by the time you are growing your business, by the time you now want to scale your business. Do you see? So you don't want to wait until the filing season, because that is being reactive, not being proactive. And our goal as a fired up professional is for us to be proactive, and that is how we keep more in our pockets. That is how we keep more money, and then we can achieve that FIRE earlier than the norm. So not waiting until the filing season is going to be another tool that you put in your toolbox as you are going on that FIRE journey. Another thing that I want you to take away from this conversation, or begin to think, or begin to work towards as we are starting a new year, and then as you are filing, because guess what? In the next couple of weeks now, that's, Rao will start filing and all of those things. You don't want to think your CPA will fix everything for you. Just like I said, CPA will file the past. How wealthy people think is in a strategy for the future. You want to plan for that money that you've not earned. Do you see? That's the separation. That's the difference between high earner paying more in taxes, and then the wealth builders, because it's about strategy. If you're getting it, I want you to put it in the chat. Let me see the comment. Yes. Are you getting it? Are you getting it? Yes, I want you to put it in the comments. Please put it in the comments. Okay, and now I activate the comment. So if you're really getting it, please let me know. Let me know. So your CPA is not going to fix everything. What your CPA does, what the accountant does, tax preparer and all of this people helping you, what they do is they help you file the past, what has happened last year, 2025. They just want to put it in paper, file it. But when you're talking about the real strategy of you putting more in your pockets, earning more, right, is for you to strategically plan for what you are about to earn for this coming year. And this is a good time. 2026, January, this time is a good time for you to start to plan. And I am planning as well. It's taking a lot of my time. I just want to move and go. But guess what? I have to take that step back to plan, to look at things, right? put proper things in place, then that's going to give me momentum. That will really give me momentum. So yes, we want to think about your CPA is not going to fix everything for you. You have to strategize. And then you can even have that strategic partnership with your CPA to look into, these are the things we need to do. These are the things I'm thinking about. This is how I want to, put this strategy in place for me to have more. Let me, put my entity in place. Let me get this. Do you see? You just have to work hand in hand with your CPA so that, they can help. And then the fourth thing that I want to talk about is you not being reactive. You want to be proactive in planning. Proactive in planning. Fire planning designs the future. We design the future. Remember here, what are we doing? We are designers. We design the life we want, and we live that life on our own terms. We are living life on our own terms, enjoying the money and the wealth we are creating. Do you see? So you want to plan proactively, plan ahead. As I always say, financial independence and early retirement is not about age. It's not because, yes, let me reach to age 65 and start to live. No. It is about the freedom, about the life you are creating. So if, other things we're talking about today is looking into your life and see, how do I want to cut that time? Sure, such that I want to start to live my life as soon as possible. I am not waiting until 65, 67, 70 and retire at that time before I start to live. The goal is I want to design my life right now. If I need to do 2 jobs, if I need to do 3 jobs, I have to have the second stream of income, third stream, fourth stream of income. My goal is to reach my financial freedom day number, my fire day number, my bedazzled day life number, my what else do they call it, all this freedom day number, you know what I mean, like the life you want to live. If money is not an objection, if health, if all of this, what kind of life do I really want to live? That's a bedazzled life, and it comes with a cost. How much is it going to be? So the goal is, when you set that goal, that I want to be able to have 10 million in my fire, 5 million, 3 million, whatsoever that means to you. Because remember, the financial freedom and the financial independence and early retirement, the fire goal is based on your own definition of what that freedom means to you. Do you see? It's your definition of success, what success means to you when it comes to, because some people don't even need 10 million. Some people don't even need 1 million. Some people might be 500,000. Let me have it. And then I am good. I'm living my best life. That is the level of the financial freedom they want to get. So immediately you set that goal and you are working towards it. It might take you 1 year. It might take you 3 years. It might take you 5 years. It might take you 10 years. But the goal is, you don't want to start to save your way up till you are 65 before you now start to live that life. And you can see that maybe I'm screaming. Pardon me. So the goal is, we want to enjoy our life now. It might take us to grind. It might take us to hustle. It might take us to, do some things legally that we want to, achieve that. Then we start to live, because the goal is, we want to do what is going to satisfy our soul, what is going to bring alignment. And it might not be that you should go and quit your job tomorrow. No, it requires strategy. It requires thoughtful blueprint that you are following, celebrating the milestones as you are going. Because it's not about the destination. It is about who you are becoming on that journey to fire. So your becoming is more important than the destination, because you don't want to lose your life. You don't want to live another person's life on your way to your financial freedom. Do you see? So fire is not just about that I have to reach this age, I'm, once I am, this. No, it's about, this is my goal. I want to reach this goal within this amount of time. And then let me start to work towards it. It's about the freedom you are designing for yourself. Note this: when you are keeping more money because you are saving on the taxes that you're supposed to give, and you are saving on it, you're working, and you are deploying this strategy, it helps you with the investment. It helps with your savings. It accelerates your cash flow, and it gives you option. You can walk out of any bullshit because immediately you have more, you have it. You are not going to be living your life small because of another person's shenanigans. Let me put it that way. But it will give you options. And that is what we are talking about here today. Anytime you think about the financial independence and early retirement, it's not about you not working. It's not about you escaping the work. It's not about you dropping what is feeding you right now, what is paying your bills right now. But think about it, about escaping the inefficiency. I always talk about it, the three-legged stool. Relying on one paycheck alone is what? It's fragile. It's fragile. So you don't want to do that. You don't want to do that. All right. I want you to drop in the comments again. If you are following me, drop in the comment. Have you ever been surprised by, okay, let me see. Have you ever been surprised by a tax bill that you didn't plan for? Have you ever been surprised by a tax bill? Do you think about it that it's just being unavoidable? What are you thinking about? I want you to drop it in the chat. Yes, I am looking at the chat right now. And then let me drop the question in the chat as well, so that, yeah. Have you ever been surprised that, I wasn't planning for this. Now I have this tax bill that I need to pay. What has been your experience? I want you to drop it in the chat. Yes. Okay. All right. I know this conversation is, a lot of us are looking into like, oh, is that deep? Yes, some people, some professionals, they pay as high as, 30%, 40% of their annual income back in taxes. Is a lot. And that's why living paycheck to paycheck, it's something that you have to really fight against. Because as you are getting that paycheck, is the remaining one is what is, being given. The government, first of all, take their own. But when we talk about fire, you have to prioritize yourself first. You have to put into your financial goal, financial freedom goal, put it first. But government will not wait for you to like, oh, go and do the work and come and give it to us. No, come and give us the taxes at the end of the year. No, they first of all take their taxes and then give you the remaining one. So living paycheck to paycheck is not a good thing. So you have to, begin to think, and this is what we'll talk about here on this show as well. Talk about you getting that second stream of income, getting that third stream of income, right? And then start to work it. Stop chasing this shining object. When you go on YouTube, you see how to make money in 2 months, in 1 month, how to make this and how to. I was somehow like that, in the beginning of my business, where I want to try this, I want to do this, I want to try this, I want to do. But what is that one thing that you really want to, like, you're passionate about, that you love to develop that skill, or you really want to grow that business that you want to put right now? Start it in the beginning of the year. If you have to buy courses, if you have to get mentors or coaches, get them, and then grow this business. Let test your idea, make sure that it's earning you money, and then begin to grow it. Do you see? Before you say, oh, let me do this other one, let me do this other one, because of the shining object syndrome. All right. So as we close for the day, close after the show, I want to leave you with three things. Okay, I want to leave you with three things that will help you as you're filing your taxes. Is very important. So when you look at your W-2 for people in US, your salary, your employer paying you, that's your W-2. Your 1099 is the contract work that you do, maybe $50 per hour, $20 per hour, all of this hourly work. And some of you you have a service-based contract or work, and then you get 1099 and all of those things. So when you look at the W-2, the 1099, and your business that you have, the entities that you have, while you're filing taxes, how many of these do you have? We talk about W-2 not being flexible, but 1099 and your business is more flexible. So as you are going into this year, begin to think about, how do I want to make my income more flexible this year? Just like I said, we can't go back to the past, because what we are doing right now is just filing the past. But going forward, looking forward, being future forward, how do I want to structure and put a strategy together for this year? And this is how I earn. How are you earning this year? Is it just only W-2? Do you want to move from W-2 into 1099? For 1099, the taxes is not being withheld mostly, right? You will be the one to declare the taxes and then pay the taxes at the end of the day, right? And then, because you have expenses, and there are over 81,000 code, IRS code, that helps you, and I think that's correct, over 81,000 pages of code that helps you in deduction when you have LLC, when you have the structure. Do you see? So having 1099, having your entity, is going to help you with that flexibility so that you can keep more. So this year, as you're looking into it, your goal is, how many 1099 do I want to have? How do I want to save in taxes by legalizing, by putting my business into structure, by getting it into LLC or S Corp or sole proprietorship? Do you see? So look at that today and answer that question. Mine is going to be registering another company, right? And I think I've shared it before too. In the beginning of my business, I just, once I have this idea, I have a domain for it. I open an LLC for it. I have 3 LLC everywhere, just scattered. And they were bleeding everywhere, money dropping, money doing this, because you have to file. Don't forget, you have to file every quarter, every 3 months when it's a business. So you don't wait till the end of the year, or till March or April, before you file if you have a business. So all of that really destabilized me, and I was learning while I was putting my business together. But it's not so again today, because experience is the best teacher. Experience is the best teacher. So I really learned, and that's why I can help you. That's why I'm putting in these tips for you, so that you are not going to make the same mistake I made by having every of your stuff, scattered, and not, having structure, and some of us, we have these ideas bubbling, and you have ideas everywhere. There are ways where you put your ideas, put it to test, do your research and all of those things, right? So the second thing, the first one is how you earn. Is it only W-2? Is it only your salary? Are you opening up? Are you getting a 1099? If you have one, do you want to have 2 1099 or 3 1099s, right? Or do you want to legalize your business so that you can get those deductibles, right? And then you have that tax exemptions. So yeah, that's how you earn. The second thing that determines your taxes this year, 2026, as we are going, just like we are planning for the whole year, is how income flows. I said it, separate your business expenses, the business cash flow, money that is coming in, money that is going out. Have a separate account for them. Stop commingling. Stop commingling. Even if it is just one alone that you did to this year, is going to help you, give you clarity, and help you into how do you want to like grow this business, because you have your P&L, profit and loss, you have those accounts separated. All right, the third thing is how intentional you are. You don't want to be reactive. You want to be proactive. You don't want to be reactive. You want to be proactive. So, in summary, let me quickly share this. The three things that determine taxes in 2026. First is how you earn, your W-2, your 1099, your business. The second thing is how income flows. Is it personal? Is it business? You want to separate your business expenses and cash flow from your personal cash flow, right? You want to stop commingling. You want to stop commingling. And then the third one is how intentional are you? You want to start to plan. This is January, start to plan so that by the end of the year, you have all your papers. You are not everywhere. So you are proactive, not being reactive. Do you see? And I share with you, an LLC alone does not save taxes. Strategy saves taxes. Structure saves taxes. That's a word. Structure saves taxes. Strategy saves taxes. Do you see? So I think that's it. That's it. Let me see. Okay. Yes, and I hope this is helping someone. So if today's conversation made you realize you've been earning well, but you have not been designing well, you've been designing poorly, I have created a tool called the Fire Readiness Assessment that is going to help you. I'm begging you in the name of God. I want you to go through this assessment. It's going to change your life. You look at the ecosystem of your finances, the landscape, and be able to say, oh, this is where I'm bleeding. This is where I need to work more. Oh, I'm really acing it here. I'm blossoming here. Do you see? So when you take their assessment, it's going to help you see where you stand and what to focus on next. And trust me, there are supporting resources even for the next 3 to 4 weeks or for the next 30 days that's going to really help you in getting more clarity around how many years or how long will it take you to reach your fire number, right? So just like I always say, it's not about working much more harder and hustling. For you to reach that financial independence and early retirement, it takes you being smarter, you having your structure and your system in place, and not just grinding and hustling and working more harder and harder. No, it takes strategy, it takes structure, it takes processing, it takes intentionality. Do you see? All right, so that's it. I am not seeing any question in the chat, but I know that some of us may have questions that you might want to ask, and that is why you can you want to book a call with us or with me, with my team, with me. Go to lolaworld.com/schedule. You can book a complimentary 30-minute call to see where you are. If you have done this assessment, the fire readiness assessment, and you want a debrief, you want someone to sit with you, I am doing that. I have limited support for this January. Book your call. And then let's talk about it, and at least let it give you a track to run on for the year, and then you can move forward to the next thing. So I hope this has been a helpful conversation for you. I hope I've been able to bring value for you as well. If you have any question, you can DM me. You can put it in the description of this show. For people joining us on LinkedIn and on YouTube, thank you so much. I want to see your response. Give us a feedback. Let us know how we're doing. And then for your question, I'm looking forward to it, helping you answer your questions and then helping you on this journey. We are in this together. I want to see you win. I help professionals retire early. So I want to help you in that your fire journey. All right. Thank you so much. I hope this has been a great time sharing this moment with you. It has been a great time for me. And I want to say thank you to Mr. Toby for helping us and in terms of the support. Thank you so much, every of our team members. Yes, next week we are going to, have this conversation again. I think next week is going to be Q&A, but we'll let you know what we are bringing for next week. All right. Thank you so much, everyone. And I hope, I wish every one of you a beautiful weekend. Please keep safe, stay safe, and stay fired up. Stay fired up. Thank you so much. Bye for now.